Hello everyone, this is chasebt694 playing in my OTSL game. I actually recorded this game 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, and I wanted to go back and record it, but I actually don't remember playing in the game. So real quick, we're just gonna annotate. We're gonna annotate as we're playing. So real quick, we're going to kind of look at what we got set up. A couple different options as the U.S. here. Really decent hand here. We got Red Scare, we got Marshall Plan, we got Capture Nazi Scientist, we got Duck and Cover. So we have options. Plus, in my opinion, one of the cards I worry about the USSR getting deep boost during turn one is Socialist Government, because it makes it League very, very weak. So having that card makes me happy. I'll have UN Intervention as well, so I could play that card without necessarily eventing it, but it definitely gives me a chance to space Fidel instead of Socialist Government. Keep Socialist Government around for in case we get blockaded. Now, a couple different choices here. Red Scared's always a favorite when it comes to headlining, but I do, as a turn one, actual one, love the Marshall Plan headline, and here's why. Out of the gate, you challenge for domination for Europe. So if USSR is trying to get off a cheap win as far as scoring Europe and then going to Asia and Middle East, they can't make that play. So if they've got a bad hand and they're looking for Europe, that's certainly not on the table. Also, it makes NATO not just an easy card for them to use. Once Marshall Plan's invented, if the Soviets play NATO, then suddenly it makes the relationship much better, it makes your stronghold in Europe a lot better. So instead of the Soviets getting a big, huge 4-op card and not having any consequences of it, it puts that in play immediately, which can be huge. So in this particular case, between Red Scare and Marshall Plan, I'm going to play Marshall Plan. It also gives me another big 4-op card in Red Scare to possibly use. And then depending on the flow of the game, you could consider trying to keep Red Scare for the next turn. But since you have UN Intervention and Socialist Government, probably not. You're going to probably use it for 4-ops. So that's our headline in our game. So what we've got here, Marshall Plan. We're going to probably follow up with Duck and Cover as one of our next big op cards. We have Red Scare. We want to try to event Capture Nazi Scientist. We want to be first on the space track. Go ahead and get that 2 victory points. And even if we can go ahead and space Fidel, which is somewhat tricky here in turn one, you want to spread influence. There's a lot of ground to get. Having a space really slows down that flow. However, if you consider the space race as almost the next battleground, playing Capture the Nazi Scientist, spacing, getting to that spot where you can space 2 cars can really get you to head start. You can kind of dominate on the space track as well. So that's our game plan moving forward. We'll see how it plays out. All right. Let's try to get this back going. So, also my animations are on this game. When there's an update, it resets some of that stuff. Normally I play without these animations on to make things quicker. I didn't realize that was going to be changed. So I remember making this comment as well. But we'll see kind of what he does here on his setup. Let's see how it affects him. As far as, let's see what he does. So he goes ahead in Middle East. We're okay. So good shape. We're going to catch the Middle East. point. Kind of surprised he just gives up the 4 points. I don't know if he was expecting this Infector. Alright, so good shape in the Middle East. Scored it. We don't have to worry about tempo. We're okay in Europe. Let's see what he does with Hezlon. Does he go after the coup? Here or not, we are connected to Italy, so a lot of times the normal US setup, you don't have the adjacency to Italy, so if he knocks you out, he pretty much gets it. So it takes one more of a roll than what would normally happen if he didn't have adjacency. If he doesn't take it, you can throw influence and take it back. So it makes it a lot tougher when you have adjacency to Italy for the Soviets to make the play, especially when it's protected at 4 and they can't reduce it with something like socialist government. So he does have NATO, so that's immediately going to come into play. So he does go after the coup, and he rolls a 5. So he had to roll a 6, only a 6, to fully take it. He rolls a 5, which is, still a phenomenal roll, but we should be able to go back in it and retake it. So once again, it makes it, he uses a 4-up card, he rolls a 5, that's an almost, except for the Miracle 6, that's about as good as it gets, and he's still not going to take it. So, so feel good about it. That's part of what makes that play so strong to start off with. It makes it really tough to lose the Italy coup. It goes ahead and starts you on the right path to go ahead and score. So that's one of the reasons why it's such a big play. Every once in a while have a 4-up card and they roll a 6, but that's not going to happen too often. Give me time. So we'll see what he does now. So he vents to Gaul, which is okay. We still have options. So we're going to be able to just take it back. So it really does kind of make me feel like he's got potentially has the Europe score. That's 2 big plays. He could have potentially tried to headline the Gaul. The problem with that in turn 1, when the DEFCON's at 5, we're in a position to realign back out. So that's one of the reasons why you don't see that unless he had Duncan cover. Well, he makes that play and does Duncan cover. My screen because I re-recorded it, but like earlier before the setting, crazy. Let's see what he does here. I didn't know if it let me check. Yeah, she's in the game. So interesting play we can get for a tip for tat. Kind of back and forth. But it does give me an opportunity to get some military ops. The 1-up card. Definitely give them a break. Independent Francis Atlas is good up to and play that card as well. And maybe he can coup back, but honestly, I'm okay with Vietnam, a lot of turn points. Tempo spread Soviets from doing that, you're winning turn. So in this particular case, he coups Italy, but he doesn't spread. He goes into France, but he doesn't get it. He's not really spreading. So he uses the 2-out card kind of based off of his play in Vietnam. Surprising it Riku Vietnam, that would have been a 3-out card. So we're gonna go ahead and go with Asia. We play Fidel instead of spacing. We still want to play Capture Nazi scientists, but we also, if he has CIA, we force him to have to deal with that. Because now his country a bit warm. We liked him to get Capture Nazi scientists and pick up. We would have liked him to get both plays turn 1. But the way this is played out, he's kind of opted out of his influence spread. He uses a 2-out card. He coups Iran. Isn't successful. I think he would be better off going back for the tip of that. It would have been a 3-out card if you're going to coup, and not necessarily. But we'll see. And then again, maybe he also has D-stall. He can play it and drop Defcon. Could be one of the things he's doing. We'll see. The way he also played turn 1 made me think he had so that is kind of out there. Which if he goes full force into, let's say, France with China, we would definitely have to play the social stuff with the thought that he has the Europe scorecard, and then he doesn't have blockade. Good job tricking us with this game.
When times get tough, yeah, the tough get hard. You can cut me with a butter.
So there is D-stall, so.
I get high, 'cause I want to. I get low.
Not the worst thing. He still, he kind of gives us an opportunity here. Play Capture Nazis Hondas. Take the lead to space. Tempo-wise, we're alright. If he blockades us, get up socialist government, use your intervention. To probably coup, maybe, so we'll see what he does here. So he space races US Japan, which is okay. Like, if I'm in the way this hand is going, I'll probably use those 4 options and give up Japan. We're going to coup here. Let's see if we're successful. We knock him out. It's not the worst thing, but it's gonna, at least tempo-wise, kind of keep him from just bum rushing us inside. So we've got Europe and Asia, CIA, and France. A little surprised when they didn't take influence on Romania. That's a bit of a misplay, in my opinion, with independent Reds like that. Probably play Asia here, and then just off even. Basically, I guess we give up 1 point in Asia. We could CIA, but I'd rather keep it in the deck. And then Europe is a bit of a scare. You could get solved. So apparently, I played independent Reds. Okay. I guess I was worried. Could have played a default. Interesting play there with the only 1 off playing Korea. I go into South Korea without worrying about that card. But even if he didn't win it, obviously it's 2 bigger points. But tempo-wise, I would have just taken it here. So he rolls a 4.
I saw a shooting star late last night. Yeah, she was pointing out the west coast, beaming like a street light.
Go ahead and take Pakistan.
Got my white denim jacket and my bolo tie. Snuck past mom and dad and told my little brothers goodbye. coming up the coast.
So a little bit of drinking we have. They're definitely 2 ends, 2 rounds. We have 0.
There's a girl down in the valley, says that we can take it slow.
Gotta be careful, we don't really want to play air of Israeli war card, for example. Too easy here. Kind of, if we want to play CIA, because we want to get it back in the deck. So hopefully we manage to score some points here. A lot of show a bit as far as how he plays his next game. Does he go ahead and try to say, okay, I need to go restart, try to go ahead and slam South Korea, spread out in Southeast Asia. Those would be the spread out Southeast Asia or South Korea. War card's already out. You should be able to do it.
She's like vanilla ice cream, baby, milky white.
Okay. So
I wanna love
go ahead and play
all
Asia.
day and all of the night. I wanna love her all day for the rest of my life.
An interesting play that goes ahead and posts that off to short take her to the Middle East to get that for 100. Then you go ahead and go to Africa and set up a bit more for the idea.
I can't get no sleep, I lose my cool. And I've been up for a week, I can't get no sleep, I lose my cool.
So that puts us up really nice turn to US stuff up 10. Line up. There you go. And he's got the call. So he's down on the scoreboard, but if you're looking at kind of plays as far as games from the Soviets, getting decalled these both been playing turn 2 pretty huge advantage. So he plays blockade, we're gonna get rid of it with Warsaw. We're in a space. And he could play containment here, turn 2 if he has it. We didn't see it earlier, so it's more likely he has it than he doesn't. So it might be able to space answer too. Might help a little bit with your play.
I was in the corner, drinking from the punch. Yeah, you were in the kitchen, cutting up a rug. No need to complicate it. I had fallen in love with you, so underrated. Something filling up my lungs. Every color of your love, I've seen enough. I want another. Every color of your love, I've seen enough. I want another. Hey, little mama, when you talk back, I see your eyes light up, and I love that. I'm just a beach bus boy, oh, so alone. No, I don't want to miss you, honey. Come home.
You'll be able to keep watch the early round.
Knock, knock, you're coming over.
Scared. So it's kind of effective.
Couple times a week.
I think the biggest thing you can worry about.
Hanging on my shoulder, shaking like a leaf.
Yeah, we have your
Every color of your love, I've seen enough. I want another.
things we think he's
Every
probably
color
gonna
of your love, I've seen
cover.
enough. I want
Maybe. I don't know if he played that other month.
another.
Headline.
Hey, little mama, when you talk back, I see your
Should go ahead and score. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's a good. Go ahead and shore up South Korea. We got a little bit here, very unlikely in Europe. We'll kind of relatively easy for us to kind of come back up. So he's got definitely had definitely shoot working go into the hopefully right here. Tables for Europe. We started to push out the total of spades making another 2 big points. So we're really no press right here and really make it. Worry about this one. Worried about or making a decision that you don't know what you're trying to keep somebody from scoring or scoring immediately. It's not taking people to score.
Back to backs. Well, this time I am headed
Push Asia.
north. Left the racks. I won't need those where I'm going. Count the stacks. Dodging cars
We are
cause
in good shape in
nobody
this game.
here wants a bind. Took a pack. Calling shots, pretend all the while you're mine. And I'm
Interesting
always
what he does here.
thinking of you. Always thinking of you.
Saw how he's played doesn't make Middle East. I feel like Middle East didn't come back out. It's taking a long time thinking. Trying to think of, I think maybe the worst play possibly right now is if he slams the whole China card into South Korea. So goes in and starts trying to shore up a little bit in South America, a little bit in the Middle East. Alright. So, would like to get military ops. I don't see it happening though. Maybe he'll do Cameroon, or maybe we can attack down there, but we also want a space. Definitely want to go ahead and space decall. Get that out of the deck. So good position really in this game just because of the score. He's got the early push in the mid wars for sure, but he's done it at much of the expense of the early war game. So we'll see if he's able to kind of get out of it. So we're going to go ahead and use our big ops here. here in Asia. Maybe he's got the Asia scorecard. Interesting play. Better suited to kind of slam that all into one place. A little better use of your odds. So he turned a 4-op card into a 2-op card essentially. It's kind of the same thing there. You know, he's better suited to go ahead and okay. He's he's definitely better suited to slam that whole card into one card. Period. There it is. There's the win. So, all right. So we kind of timed things pretty well there. We definitely were able to maximize our ops, and we had kind of an opponent who looked a little bit to the mid war, didn't get past the early war. So good game for the U.S. Not too often there's the early war U.S. Here it is.